Hi, I'm Claire Strong, and welcome to Drones for Good from Modus, where we discuss how drones, LiDAR, mapping, and geospatial technology are impacting the world around us. Today, I'm chatting with Cody McColl from Green Valley International. Hi, Cody, how are you?
Hi, Claire. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much for joining me. So first of all, can you tell us a little bit more about what Green Valley does?
Yeah, so Green Valley is a turnkey solutions company that's based out of Berkeley, California. We focus on LiDAR hardware and software. We have an array of products both in the hardware and software industry.
Okay, now there is a particular bit of kit that I want to speak to you about, the V250 LiDAR that I know our very own Dan Hubert has actually flown. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, so that's actually one of our higher end products. It is produced by us. We utilize the Riegl Minivux3 sensor. It's an incredible machine, lightweight, designed to be worked with the DJI M300. Yeah, it's making waves in the market already.
So what's it actually used for?
A wide array of stuff: agriculture and forestry, glacier and snowfield melt, archaeology and cultural artifact sites, construction, surveying, landslide monitoring. It's definitely one of the number one products when it comes to LiDAR in the industry at the moment.
So tell me a little bit more about how it works, like the actual technology that it uses and the specifications.
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty simple. It's mounted to a drone UAV-based platform. It utilizes a LiDAR sensor and then a computer that takes that raw data and generates a file. From there, you're able to pre-process that data, georeference it, so you're getting an exact location physically on the Earth. And then it has a camera that's built on it so that you can colorize the point cloud so that you're getting a physical representation of the survey area that you did your mission of.
I mean, it sounds like it is very high tech, but how easy is it to actually use?
I mean, as far as it goes, it's extremely easy. Setup is about 5 minutes. Once you get it hooked onto the drone, you just take off, let it fly its route, and then you process the data, and then you can get yourself an end deliverable that you can use for force metric analysis, creating DEMs, DSMs, terrain models, contour, BIM, just depending on what you're looking for.
Wow. Okay. So 5 minutes. That's pretty quick considering the technology that's involved here. So talk to me a little bit more, Cody, about some of the things that this bit of kit actually does. You mentioned forestry there, and talk to me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the system itself is what will collect the raw data. So a LiDAR unit actually sends out LiDAR laser pulses that hit the ground, reflect off any surface, and then transmits a signal back up to a receiver that takes that raw data. And then within a software such as LiGeoReference, which is a proprietary software from Green Valley International, it will process that raw data and give you a georeferenced location on the Earth. And then you can utilize, with this one specifically, Planex's post-pack processing system, which will process the trajectory to give you the exact location. And that will make it so that when you go to create an end deliverable, you are able to have it physically referenced on Earth so that when you put it into a system like AutoCAD, you can actually see physically on Earth where that was at and map it and lay it so that when you give it to your end deliverable customer, you can just be like, here you go, here is a mapped out general surveyed area, and this can be used for future construction work or landslide measurements, or again, forestry analysis for the logging industry or environmental conservation efforts.
Wow. Okay. So pretty extensive. I mean, how important do you think the V20 is going to be moving forward?
I mean, I definitely feel that the 250 is one of the number one products moving towards the use of drone-based LiDAR. It is a high-end product, so you're getting high-end quality. I think that when it comes to it being able to be mounted on a lightweight craft like the DJI M300, that goes across the board. There are several platforms out there at the moment that are reaching that same point of the DJI M300, so it should be able to be cross multi-platform. So at the moment, I think that it's a very, very good product, and I think that it's going to keep going for an unforeseeable future, actually.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about kind of return on investment. So if someone wants to purchase this product, like what would that look like?
So I mean, return on investment would be you're getting the best quality data that you can get. Riegl is a tried and true company when it comes to LiDAR sensors, and then matched with Green Valley's computer and processing system, you're going to get a deliverable that's unparalleled. You're going to be able to wow your customers and make sure that they're happy every time the first time.
Okay, that sounds great. Is there anything else at all that you want to talk to us about with regards to this particular V250 LiDAR piece of kit?
I mean, one of the great things about it compared to a lot of the lower end LiDAR units is that it actually gives you more returns per shot. So it means that you're getting more bounce backs of the LiDAR reflecting off of such objects like trees. So you're penetrating canopies a bit deeper. So if you're working in the forest or in the jungle trying to find excavated sites or unexcavated sites, you're much more likely to get higher quality data, so that when you go and put boots on the ground, you're going to spend less time trying to find things and more effort exactly focused on where your mission was intended.
Yeah, you mentioned the forest and jungle, so we're talking about pretty inhospitable terrain in some situations. How does this technology really make that type of situation easier and kind of navigating those types of terrains?
So the beauty of LiDAR is that when you have something like the jungle, so if, for instance, one of its first uses was in Cambodia, where there was temples that were completely covered by forest canopy, the LiDAR allows the lasers to pinpoint and penetrate through the canopies and send signals directly through the canopies, which make it so that when it comes back and you process the data, you can technically remove the trees to get a ground surface level. So if you're trying to clear land for agricultural purposes or for developing purposes, you can clear the land and get just a bare earth model, which makes it as if the trees are not there at all. And so if you're looking for architectural, cultural heritage sites, you're able to remove the trees and see just the bare ground, or in the case of like Cambodia, which was like stone, you're able to see stone features without actually putting boots on the ground. So that saves time, effort, and potentially dangerous hazards of putting boots on the ground in an area that is unknown.
For sure, yeah, it sounds like it's making a huge difference in that sphere. But talk to me about the future of the V250. Where do you envisage it's going to go and develop?
I mean, as far as I can tell, I think that it's going to hit several different industries. I think that especially with the US heading towards a more grid-based system, it's going to be used by several different utility companies. PG&E, for instance, would be a great target area. So you can map power lines, you can check for sag, you can check for potential hazards, growth hazards. Within our software LiDAR 360, you're actually able to generate potential fall hazards along with our software called Live Power Line. Same thing, so matched with the 250 and then the software, you're able to predict future falls that could cause accidents similar to like what happened up at the campfire up in Paradise. So.
Well, Cody, thank you so much for your time today. It's been great speaking with you. But if any customers are watching this and they want to find out more about what Green Valley International is all about, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so they can actually check out our website, which is greenvalleyinternational.com. We also, work hand in hand with Modus. So Dan over at Modus is very capable and very able to work with you with any of Green Valley products. But yeah, you can reach out to us. We have an info@greenvalleyintl.com email that you can send us any questions, and we can try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Cody, thanks again for your time today. And if you've enjoyed today's video and you'd like to be the first to find out about our latest content, don't forget to hit the notifications button, and you can check out all the information from our guest today and also about us here at Modus AI below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.